So we're just joining part 2. This might be in a few parts because we're waiting for Yonatan Balayesh to come. Hopefully he'll be here as a student of the Rav. And we want to hear from the Rav, these guys. And, we weren't Zocher the Thursday night shir to hear from the Rav. He wasn't feeling well, even though he was able to, Baruch Hashem, make a blessing on all the mezuzahs of the shul. And this new shul in Uman is a very big thing that he explained, and Rav Elgad explained in English, that we have the power, over Yom Tov we talked about it, we have the power of what we call having a shul in Uman should mean that there shouldn't be people on the streets. Prayer should be done in a place fitting for prayer. It's a base mikdash ma'at, it's a little temple, and Hashem's allowing Rav Orish to be a shliach to give a lot of space. There's 4 floors here. The 4th floor is going to be a big shul upstairs eventually, once the reality allows it. But there's also the 3rd floor and the 2nd floor, and there's going to be different, Sfardi, Ashkenazi, all the different nusachs will have a place. And then there'll be the bottom floor for learning, Suda, and there's a mikveh all the way down at the bottom. It gives much more cover to Rabbi Nachman. As you say, if it's only for 1 week, or the visitors throughout the year, okay, but this is Rav Orish's das. He wanted this shul. And you say, well, what about Yerushalayim? We need to build Yerushalayim also. Yeah, Mistama, this shul will come to Yerushalayim when Mashiach comes. But until then, so we have the opportunity, like even now, we're saying Kaddish, there's davening downstairs, but we have the ability to come back to that idea of Shvira, that when we have a broken heart, that was in part 1, now in part 2, so this broken heart that we're holding in, this gives us the key, like the Shvira Saleh, being the full guy, being the person that has to expose the truth in your personal situation in your life, even in yourself. Like everyone has to have that voice of truth amongst all the other voices. I want to be a success, or I want to be famous, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want this food, I want that money, I want all the tivers, all the things pulling us away, distracting us. Comes the Shvira, it breaks it all down, and hopefully all that comes out is that still voice, that final Tekiah, or Tekiah Gedola, even better, that big loud blast. There is a Trua, which is like even more intense version of the Shvira, but then the goal is that we should come to that, after the shofar's blowing, we should come to that complete picture of Tikun Olam, of Tikun Shleimus, of Tikun Klali, of completion. That's why there's 10 Psalms. There's 10 Psalms, there's 10 beautiful passages of David HaMelech. It gives us that connection to this concept of 10, the 10 commandments, the 10 sfirot. There's a completion. And we're involved constantly in those levels of completion throughout the davening on Rosh Hashanah. We have all the different aspects with the 3 central parts of the Shemona Esrei. There's the Shofras, and we start off with Zechonos. Yes, Zechonos, Malchus, Zechonos, Shofras. So we have those 3 parts. Each one has 10 psalms, 10 beautiful psalms. Yeah, Baruch Hashem. So in each of those 10 psalms, there's a very deep concept of Malchus, of Hashem's kingship, and there's the idea of crowning Hashem, accepting Hashem in your life, as Gedalia Fenster always says. Accept Hashem in your life, not you're running things. We used to say back in the day, running things, that was the boys. No, I'm not running to anything. Like, God is running everything, yeah? That's the most biggest foundational point of the whole therapeutic world and the 12 steps. And anyone who's got clarity now and healthiness and well-being, understand that there has to be a bigger power that's helping them deal with all these addictions and struggles and emotional pain and all the things that this shvarim and the trua, this intense moment, the way the internet is, everything's so intense. Or even here in Uman, it's just like, because what's going on underneath is the neshamas finding in a deep way is underneath all that balagan is connecting into Hashem, and that's the whole idea. Around the tzaddik is this whole klipa, this cloud of, as it says in the Likutei Moharan, Rabbi Nachman brings down this cloud around, like the brain has this fog, and then inside the brain is this source of clarity, this source of light, this Kodesh Kadoshim, this place of truth, of Panemius, and same too with the heart. Rahman Alibaboy, Hashem wants the heart. Basa Lev, Lev Basa, Breslov, He wants our heart. So no, we're just going to chill a second. So because you can get very intense with all the light when you're in Uman, and you have to allow yourself to just wait a minute. I'm in Tefillah now. I'm hearing the shofar blowing. I'm going to connect in, and I'm going to have an experience. And as Rav Orish said, that the real tikkun now is actually today, according to Rabbi Nachman. Rabbi Nachman says that Erev Rosh Hashanah, and this is all Shem Rav Shalom Arush, yesterday he spoke about it, Shlita should be well, and please God, he's having a refuah, because the interesting part of his story was, just before we get into what he said, that he was able to speak is a whole miracle in itself, because a week ago he couldn't speak. And people were worried that Chas Shalom, something serious had happened. So he went to Rav David Chazer, and the Tzaddik Rav David Chazer, the grandson of the Baal Shem Tov, said that it's nothing to worry about, but his speech will come back once he gets to Uman by Rabbeinu, by Rosh Hashanah. And it did. I watched it. He went and gave a shir in the Klois, Chazak. It was like full energy. Gave a shir here, Shala Suda, Chazak. Please God, over Yom Tov is going to give 2 shirim, Min Chamarev in the shul. Ravel God's going to translate. We're going to have an English translation. The person just came in before, who's involved with all the videos in Chutz Sheches, the rest of Israel. He said that it did not mafri at all the way the translation was done. It was very clear and quick, and it didn't bother any of the Israelis, and it was like the Ivrit speaking people, the Lashon Kodesh speaking people. But what it did do was it allowed Rav Oish to sort of go together with the translation, and it was very nice. All the English people, the French people as well, also helps for them because they understand English, most of them. And this power of hearing from the Tzaddik on Yom Tov, through the Tzaddik of Rav Oish into the Tzaddik Emes, Rav Nachman, and all the way through all the Tzaddikai, Emes, all the way back to the Shimon Bar Yochai, to Moshe Rabbeinu, and our Kabbalah Satorah that we're getting every time. The shofar is like an experience of Kabbalah Torah. We're receiving a new Torah, fresh. We lost the Torah seemingly when we did the Avodah Zorah in the summer. We had the Egel Hazav, and God forbid, we don't want to mention it now at such a special time, but the main point is that when that was that breaking, that shattering of the luchas, that shattering, the breaking of the heart of the Jewish people, the breaking of the temples, the 2 temples previous. Now we're coming up to this 3rd temple. We're getting ready for the 3rd base of English. We're getting ready for the Binyan Shalom, for all of us to have our own shlemus. Our hearts should be shalom. Hashem will be mashlim, everything that we're missing. All the things we're missing are just giving us opportunities to pray more, to connect more to Hashem, to really yearn more for this final geula. Like how much right now are the wives of all the men who are here yearning for their husbands to come back? If they have good shalom bayit, Bez Hashem, they want their husband back so much at their home. And even the kids, like sometimes kids say, I can't wait for you to go away, because then I can have fun. But after a little bit of fun, they got away with a bit more, less strict Tati around. Suddenly they're like, no, I want Tati back. Especially who's going to make Kiddush, who's going to summon him. I want my father back. So that's giving us a moshul for the nimshul of our connection with Hashem. That we have to really yearn for Hashem. This is a very powerful concept in Bresel Torah. So to come back to what Rav Oish said on Shabbat Suda, and he's going to hopefully continue this concept over the Yom Tov, and this prepares us for Tishrei, to how make Tishrei sweet. One of the most beautiful concepts he said was that Rabbi Nachman himself is the Simanim. The Simanim that we dip the apple in the honey and the challah in the honey and everything in the honey, and we have all these Simanim, all these beautiful fruits, and the concept of the Simanim, Rabbi Nachman was call out all of them in his sweetness, in his eitzes, in sweetening the dinim, sweetening the judgments, and bringing down a lot of rachmim through the Tikun Klali, we're going to say today, through the eitzes of Hisbodedus, of cleaning ourselves off, that we don't have anything blocking us. We talk to Shem, we talk it out, we're real with ourselves, we face ourselves, and we come clean to Rosh Hashanah. This idea, this sweetness that we can taste, this is the honey that we have. Some have the minhag all the way to Hoshana Rabbah. We're tapping into this sweetness of Tishrei, of Rabbi Nachman, the Tzaddikai Emes. There's a sweetness. The Devash is Gematria Avarachim, merciful Father. That's what we want. We want our merciful Father. The world is a hard place, seemingly. Yeah, it's dimyonis. It's not true. It looks really tough. Politically, it's fine. Let them pray. It looks really tough. Yeah. Like if you look at the politics, you look at the way the world is, you look financially, everyone's talking, is there going to be another crash, God forbid, financially, is there going to be wars, this, that, everything seems pretty laboric, like you look at the politicians who are running things, they're like wild guys, and even the opposition are wild, like everything's like gone a bit, unstable. So what are you going to do with that seemingly instability? Obviously there is stability. What is it? Once again, tapping into this true reality of the 10 commandments, or the 10 psalms that Rabbi Nachman's Megala, tapping into these 10 pesukim of Malchias, of kingship, of Zechronis, how Hashem remembers everything, and of Shofras, and how Hashem brings this clarity, 10 verses of Torah that brings this clarity of what the power of waking up the soul, that's the shofar, of revealing Hashem's presence in this world, and then bringing this new light of life into the world, so we can be here next year, please God, or even better, we can bring the shul to Yerushalayim and having the shir in Yerushalayim with thousands of Jews all come back, all back to Hashem, not just sitting and watching on a phone or on a screen, but actually Upon him, as the Moshe Weinberg used to say on me, we should be zoked to be in Jerusalem, Yerushalayim. Rav Orish Baruch Hashem has a beautiful shul. There's loads of shuls, there's loads of places to fill up in Yerushalayim, loads. And please God, they'll bring all the other ones there as well. And then there'll be the base of Mingdash. There'll be a whole different Yerushalayim. We have to vision this future world that's coming. Emuna is our future. Just like we have this tour, we're trying to go take this tour and bring that light of Emuna to North America, Central America, please God, and the Rav should be well, it should be Chodesh Cheshvan, it'll be a time of Avram Avinu's light, the Or Avram. He was the one who was successful in the Kriyas of Rosh Hashanah. He was the one who was able to sacrifice his son, the Kedesh Yitzchak. Yeah? He was able to pray for his son and give everything up to Hashem and to bring down a beautiful soul that would be Schok La'asid. He'd be a soul of the future. The laughter of the future. That's Yitzchak. Yitzchak is chok. It's this laughter. And if you notice, Rav Orish, he laughs a lot. There's a simcha, there's a certain joy. That's what Hashem wants us to be joyous. Even at a time of more judgment, He's saying, no, go eat nice fatty food, drink, eat with honey, it should be sweet. Hashem wants us to enjoy the Yom Tov. And Rav Orish was saying it really is not so hard now. Even in Uman, you can actually sleep if you want. You can actually have good food. It's not like back in the day. People tell me you used to sleep in tents around here. You remember that? Anyone who remembers that?
A friend told me about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got friends who were here then, 20 years ago, whatever. And it was tense, it was rough, they had no food, like, they would all get sick, like crazy sick. And they'd still come back the next year. Like, we're coming here and they're like laughing, watching us. I saw a guy from Russia who was like, I can just go up to this wall, the Starbucks thing, and just take another coffee, take another tea. We never had that in Russia. There was no like wall, endless drinks, sugar, milk. It just didn't go that way over there. And we're in Ukraine. It's not far from there. I'm sure it wasn't better here 20 or 30 years ago. So the idea is this shefa. So one point we'll just end off with, since Jonathan doesn't seem to be coming, we'll end off with another point that my personal Rebbe, the Tolner Rebbe, said. Tolner Rebbe is a Rebbe in Yerushalayim, very special Rebbe. And I asked Rav Orish, I spoke about this already, this idea of simcha and emunah. My Rebbe is very into simcha. Yeah? Rav Orish is very, obviously, emphasis on emunah. But recently he's been just talking about simcha again and again. And I asked him on the plane, last emunah tour, I said, is there a difference? Is simcha a different way of serving Hashem and emunah a different way? He said that one thing. That was Rav Orish's pshat. He said it's one thing. Emunah and simcha is the same thing. Simcha and emunah and clarity. And so where'd you get the simcha and emunah? It comes from that clarity. That's what I spoke about in our class this week that went up. This idea of clarity, of das. That's really what clarity is, das. That's the das, like Rabbi Nachman always says, da, no. It takes you up to Tzilas, this high place. This place of clarification, of clarity. This brings simcha. Leiv simcha, leiv shalom, this idea of clarity, this yashrus of the shofar works out. After it breaking and then coming straight and out, clarifying everything in your life. That's the idea of pshat. What does it mean when someone gives you a pshat in the Gemara? They're clarifying, spreading out, clarifying everything. So we should be zocha, please God. We're right by Baruch Hashem, by Rabbi Nachman's kever. We're right here. It's his Sion, let's call it. It's even better. It's a better name. It's Sion. We're right here. And there's a sod, Rosh Hashanah said, there's no Inyan, Rosh Hashanah, to go to the Sion on Rosh Hashanah. There's no Inyan.
There's no Inyan?
No.
Just as long as you're here?
You're in Uman, that's the Inyan. The panemius of the day, of the going to the Sion is Erev Rosh Hashanah. That's when we try to see the Sion or go in the Sion, in whatever way we can do it. But on Rosh Hashanah itself, just to be in Uman. That's the Masorah from the Talmudim of Rabbi Nachman, of Rabbi Nosson, and through Rabbi Bender, and then all the way to Rav Orish, and all the way to us now, sitting here in 2020, almost, and 5780, Te'ei Shanas Pedus, Te'ei Shanas Panasa, Te'ei Shanas. It's a year of redemption, a year of Panasa. It's a year that's fabulous. Someone made a joke. Another rabbi in America has trouble parking. Year of parking, Te'ei Shanas parking. You can make lots of funny jokes, but the point is that it's the 10 years we're in now. There's an opportunity of a redemptive vibe. We can tap into that. All of us have our own personal redemption and as a nation. So I bless everyone. In the schus of Rav Shalom, we're sitting in a shul, and all the people who've donated and partnered. And please God, our Munator, all the people that donate and partner, and all the people that come. The experience of a shir, the more people come, like you two guys, you get all the merit. I don't care if people know it wasn't 100 people here. That's fine. Yeah, it's all about the panemius of the experience. Seriously, And remember, thank God we do have an online world that is watching and is interested and does follow up on these classes, and we appreciate it. And it can be shared and it can grow. But the main power to end off Rosh Hashanah, the shofar is literally not blowing today physically, but spiritually it's beginning. And this large voice of the soul, the neshama of our people, and getting ready for Tishrei and what we're going to head towards with Yom Kippur and Sukkot and all the simcha of the month and all the joy and all the clarifications, the das, the clarity, to know what life's about, know your mission, know who you are, to do your mission, to be yourself, to be confident with who you are, to have shalom and to be joyous, to appreciate all the gifts Hashem's giving us by being here and taking it back to our families. Please God, wherever we live, personally I live in Yerushalayim, what a gift to live in Yerushalayim, the place of Yira in Shalem. That was the climax of the Akedah. The Yira that Avram Avinu had with Yitzhak, of that, what he went through, the awesomeness, and the Shalem. That he was in a place where it happened of Shalom, a place of peace. And this is the completion of all this work we've done during Elul and this previous year to bring us to this new year. Should be blessed, please God, to enjoy life, to have simcha, to have the sweetness of honey in our homes and with our relationships and in everything we're doing. It should be sweet and pure. It should give joy to Hashem, and it should give joy to our family and our loved ones. It should give joy to the world. We should redeem the world, please God. It should be a Tikun Klali. The whole world should come to Tikun Olam, and we should dance, please God, all of us, Mashiach Sekenu, Amen.